people. Today we're doing a set that I am calling Rainbows and Hearts. So let's get started. We're going to be doing my own nails. As you can see, I've got another greenie again. We're going to be going in with this Model 1's white. We're going to do all the nails white, and then you're going to see on the second coat, we are going to do only the ring fingers and the thumbs. So I hope you guys are listening to this with the sound on because I'm going to have a major announcement here shortly when we get to a point where I can just talk and you guys can just watch what's happening without any explanation. Cleaning up the mess. I don't know why I'm getting so many greenies. I think it's because with these longer nails, they're lifting in places where I'm not realizing they've lifted. And then by the time I realize it, they may have been like that a while. I don't know. Unless they pop up from the cuticle edge, like by a good amount, I don't usually notice that they're lifted unless I feel it happen. So I think that's the problem because I have been gluing a lot of lifts down lately. I'm still liking this longer length though, so I'm still going to keep it. I'm just going to have to figure out how to not get them to lift like that. Okay, those are ready to cure, I believe, as soon as I clean up a little skosh right there. Okay, and as I said, it's just going to be the ring finger and the thumb, so you're only going to see this one ring finger for the second coat. Moving on. Foils. Okay, foil glue. On the ones that didn't get the second coat, they're all going to be foiled. So we're going to put the foil glue on, and as I've said a million times, this foil glue is very finicky. And you're going to see me screw this up. So, um, I cure it for 90 seconds and I'll rock my hand back and forth to make sure it cures along the edges of the nail really well because it tends to pool up on there and being thicker, it doesn't want to cure all the way. Then your foils don't stick and it's a whole thing. So once it comes out of the lamp, let it sit for a good minute before you try to put any foils on. I did not follow my own advice, and on the pinky nail, you're going to see the foil is just not going to work very well. I'm going to have problems. So I'm going to end up having to remove the design off of the pinky nail, and you won't see me redo that one because I'm going to do it off camera. And I'm telling you all this right now ahead of time. Here's the foils we're using. I've had these forever. This is one of the first foils I ever bought when I started buying foils, and then I never used it for anything. So now we're using it. And I'm telling you all this ahead of time so you can just watch me do the whole foil process and I can go ahead and make my announcement. Okay. So you just watch me do that and we're going to talk here. Well, I'm going to talk. Hopefully you're going to listen. Um, this set is not supposed to be pretty. It's not supposed to be elegant. It's just supposed to be fun. Um, because I want to go out with a bang. Not the bang I'd like, but a bang nonetheless. So, my announcement is this is going to be my last tutorial that I'm doing. For many reasons, it started off because I was just so aggravated fighting with my computer one more time that I just decided that's it, I'm done. Now, after I lived with that decision for a few days, other stuff started to occur to me. I'm starting to get forgetful a lot. Now, I've been blaming it on menopause, which I'm sure has got something to do with it. But I think some of it also is just I'm getting older. I mean, I'm 66 for Pete's sake, so my memory's starting to, have issues. You guys have noticed in my videos, half the time I forget to hit record or I'm doing things out of order because my brain is just not where it needs to be. So I have just decided that if I can't put out a video that's going to be of decent quality, that I probably shouldn't be doing them anymore. And frankly, it takes a lot of my time to do these. I mean, 3 days out of my 3 afternoons out of my week are one is doing the nails and two is doing the edit and then the voiceover the next time. So I'm really needing to free up some more time to work on my Etsy projects, which do bring me in a little bit of money. Whereas these videos, I'm not making any money from these whatsoever. I'm just doing these for the fun of doing it. And frankly, this hasn't been a fun process for me for several months now. It's become an exercise in aggravation, and I'm really afraid I'm going to give myself a stroke because you guys don't see how upset I get when I have to fight with this damn computer. So anyway, it is with a heavy heart that this is going to be coming to an end for me. Now, don't anybody panic. I am still going to be doing nail sets because I love that so much. I'm just not doing tutorials. So, for some of you that already follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you'll still see my nail sets on there. Um, I am going to try to remember to put the link for my Instagram and my Facebook page in the description for this video. So anybody that wants to follow me on there can then do so. I'm in several nail groups with too many to list, so I'm not going to do that. But if you may see my stuff in there. I've had stuff be the cover photos in a couple of those groups, so you might recognize some of them. But anyway, I just wanted to say I really, really enjoyed my time with you guys. Um, oh boy, I was not expecting this again. Um, you guys, with all your positive feedback, has really given me a lot of confidence with my nail art. It's allowed me to be myself more and not worry about what other people are going to think about my nails or whatnot. I know I do a lot of crazy stuff on my nails, and I do get some weird looks when I'm out and about on the rare occasions where I'm out somewhere. But um, anyways, I just doesn't bother me anymore. I mean, frankly, if I'm happy with the way my nails look, then I don't care what anybody else thinks, and that's the way you guys should be going about your stuff as well. I do want to give a shout out to I have 3 followers that have been exceptional. You guys probably know who you are, but I'm going to say it anyway. Kelly, Cheryl, and Jan. You guys have given me such confidence with all your feedback. I mean, almost every week you guys comment on my video, and it really means the world to me. As I said, it's really helped me with my confidence and this whole process of doing the videos where I can talk and say whatever I want, basically, has been therapeutic for me. I'm going to miss that aspect of it a lot. So we'll see how it goes. If you hear some crazy woman from SoCal going off the deep end, it might just be me. But anyway, I just wanted to say that and how much I really appreciate all your encouragement that I've gotten from all of you guys. I might not have a whole lot of followers, but you guys have been very loyal, and I do appreciate that. It means the world to me. Um, On a side note, I have one piece of advice that I want to give you, Kelly. I've seen your nail pictures and you have your camera moving around really kind of quickly, so I never can really get a good look at the nails. So I'm just going to suggest maybe you move your camera much more slowly so we can actually see the nails because you guys are doing some good work. That's it. You can take it or leave it as advice. But I just want to get that out there. I'm seeing some of you guys are recreating some of the nail sets that I've done, and you guys are doing an awesome job. I'm glad that I've been able to teach you guys some stuff. At least I've taught you a lot of what not to do or how to fix things when you do screw it up, which inevitably is going to happen. It happens to all of us. As much as you do this, there's going to be times where stuff just does not go right. And, you just got to learn how to deal with it and fix it. And, if stuff doesn't go totally right, you don't like the way something looks, all you got to do is wipe it off and start again. It's not the end of the world. And if you've already cured it, well, you can pop off that nail, put another one on and start over, or you can strip it down with your e-file and start over that way. It's not the end of the world. It is frustrating. It can be very time consuming, but sometimes for the love of the art that we do, you got to do what you got to do. And I think that is all I got to say about that. I think this is going to be for the best. I'm going to miss it a lot. Not the aggravation, but I'm going to miss my time of getting to talk to you guys and show you stuff. But like I said, there will still be nail sets every week. They're just not going to be tutorials, and you'll have to look out for the pictures because they may or may not show up on stuff. My stuff doesn't get a lot of views. I don't know why. Um, I've been at this for several years now on the tutorials, and I still haven't broken 300 on my followers, so I don't know what the deal is with it, but oh well, it's probably because I don't promote very well. Anyway, moving on, let's get back to these nails. That was the finished, those. I did the rest of the foils off camera. And I'm giving these a coat of top coat now, curing them. And now we're going in with Aurora powder on all of the nails now. And the reason that I top coated those foils because I tried putting the Aurora powder directly on the foil and it would not stick. So that's why I top coated those. I mean, they would have needed to be top coated anyway, but I wanted Aurora on all of these. It doesn't make a huge difference on those, but it does make a difference. And you'll see that when I get these all done on this hand, I'm gonna show you one that doesn't have the Aurora powder and one that does. And so you can see the difference. Now it's not picking up a lot of the shine on camera here, but if you get them in the right light, like the ones that are white will be mostly blue or pink, and the other ones will be kind of have a greenish gold kind of shine to them, the ones with the foils on them. The picture is not going to do them justice, I can tell you right now. And but if you see them in person, they almost look like they're glass now. But I don't think that comes across very well on camera. Anyway, and there's that one, and here's the others. Now I'm going to show you one next to the one of those that does not have the Aurora yet. So you can see the difference. You see, you get that kind of glass shine on the Aurora Chrome, and the other one does not. There's the difference. So you can either leave it without or you can put it on. I did knock over my pot of Aurora powder, though, which pissed me off. Anyway, moving on. Now, these are decals. Like I said at the beginning, I'm kind of throwing a lot of stuff at this set because it was going to be the last one I'm going to do the video for. And so there is a lot of steps to this, even though there's not there's not that much to them as you look at them when they're done. There was a lot of steps to get there. So the decals, these came as a full sheet, like a full 8.5 by 11 sheet with many different rainbow-ish designs on it. And I believe I got it from Amazon. These decals. This is just one of the sets of them that I'm using. In the future, you'll probably see nails with some of the other ones on there. I'm also thinking of, for my next set, doing a cat eye rainbow for part of Pride Month. But well, there won't be a tutorial for it, but you can look out for that. That's probably what I'm going to do next, unless some crazy happens and I change my mind. But there's that. Anyway, I'm going to do the decals in a assembly line kind of fashion here, whereas I will put the water on one on my stamper, put it on the next one on the other stamper, and then we'll just keep alternating until we get through them. I'll block off the extra water. Now, I did have problems getting some of these to stay, and I've come to the conclusion that it was because of the Aurora powder. Even though it's burnished on there really well, it's still powder, and so the stuff didn't want to stick on there very well. So that one I got to come off, but some of the others are not going to come off, and you're going to see me kind of struggle with them, but I did get a system going to get them off of there, so we'll talk about that when we get to it. And that one's ready to go to move on to the next one. Now I'm just going to blot the water off with my finger carefully, the excess water. Now I did have a little bit of issues with some wrinkling on these decals, which if you're careful, you can smooth those wrinkles out with your finger. You just have to do it very gently and carefully. Otherwise, they will rip on you. Okay, there's that one. Moving on, we get the next one ready to go. I like to do my decals like this in assembly line. If I'm doing like all of them on like all the fingers, I tend to do them that way. It speeds the process up because while one is soaking, the other one is done and we're ready to go with it. Oh, and of course there has to be a fire truck now that I am recording voiceover. Okay, I think this is one of the ones that would not stay. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to reach under with my thumb. I'm going to grab the edge of the decal as I'm trying to stick it down. I'm going to grab part of the edge against my finger with my thumb. See right there? And then that will hold on to it so I can pull it off of there. And that's what I ended up having to do. And I just had come to the conclusion that it was the Aurora powder that just didn't want to stick by itself on there. Now, while you're watching me do the rest of these on this hand, um, let me just say I did learn a cool thing about stamping that I won't get to show you since there won't be any more tutorials, but I'll just tell you now. Normally, you're using, when you're stamping with stamping polish, regular stamping polish, it's no problem. It comes off your stamper, sticks to your nail, bing bang, you're done. Okay. Now, if you are using um, gel stamping polish, okay, what happens is as you stamp it and you're pressing down, since it's still wet, sometimes your design squishes and moves around a little, and it's not staying as crisp and clean as you would like. So I saw a lady do this, and I haven't tried it myself, but I know it will work. She takes her flashlight after she gets the image picked up on her stamper, gives it a real quick flash over, like maybe 2 seconds. So that freezes the top of the stamping polish that's now on the stamper. Then when you stamp it on your nail, now the design is not going to squish around because it's been firmed up. So I haven't tried it yet, but it looks to me, it makes perfect sense. It looks to me like it should work really well. So I might give that a try pretty soon too. So I just thought I'd pass that little tidbit along. One last final hack, and there's where we are so far with those. I think you're gonna see the thumb, and then I think that's where I'm gonna cut it off, and I will do the rest of the rest of these off camera on the other hand. And also, I'm trying to be careful with this water that I'm doing with these two because the Aurora powder has not been protected yet. It's just on there. So if I were to wipe it really hard with the water, or if I have to wipe something off, it's going to take that right off of there, most likely. Okay, here's where we are now when that hand is done. As I said, I'm going to do the other ones off camera. Okay, I've done that, and then we're back. Now we're going in with our final top coat. And I did have problems here with my top coat splitting again. And I've also come to the conclusion that it is the, excuse me, it is the chrome powders that are causing it to split. Now, I've had people suggest to wipe your nails down with alcohol before top coat to keep it from splitting, but obviously I can't do that on this because that would wipe off my Aurora powder and probably the decal as well. So I just had to go with it. You're going to see me go over these nails a gazillion times trying to get them to stay without splitting. And then what's going to happen is I am going to, as soon as I can get all four of these to be smooth and not have any splits, I'm going to quickly pop them in the lamp. Now that happened, and in my haste to get them in the lamp before they split again, I did not clean off around my cuticles all the excess top coat that had cooled down in there because I'd gone over these so many darn times. Even though I'm not adding extra top coat every time, it's just enough of it got on there where it just kind of ran down into there. So, once again, I believe it's the chrome powder that's causing this issue. And as I was thinking about it too, the most of the time I had issues like this, it was when I was top coating over chrome, whether it's this or, a metallic-y chrome. Oops, sorry for my arm. It looks like I got that one cleaned off. I didn't get all of them off because what I ended up having to do is they were cured with all that excess top coat around my cuticle edges. I had to take my nippers and just go around and nip all that off. So that I finally got it done. Okay, the final step is my happy little daisies are making another appearance. We are going to glue these on some of them. The ring fingers, the thumbs, and the index fingers are each going to get one, so there'll be a total of 6 going on. And I'm using kind of a lot of glue because A, I don't want them coming off again, and B, I know full well that those edges are going to stick up a little. And if I put enough glue under there so it squishes out a little bit, it will fill in some of that part that sticks up and then it'll alleviate some of it getting caught in my hair or on whatever else. Now, the bright side with these is they're all rounded and smooth edges on these little flowers. So if they do get caught in your hair, it just like slides right off them. It's not like they don't get caught on there really hard where you have to kind of pry it back out because I've had stuff do that before. And that is not a fun experience. But anyway, I'm going to get these guys on here. I will finish the rest off camera after these two. And here we are with the finished set. As I said, this is meant to be a fun set. And I hope I'm going out with a bang here. They're kind of sort of Lisa Frank, but not totally. The thumbs, and there those guys are again. And you'll see the finished picture coming up here in a minute. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me all this time. I really do appreciate it. You guys have helped me a lot. And hopefully I will see you around the other stuff and in Insta or on my Facebook stuff. Take care, guys. I love y'all. Bye bye.